let's just cover, obviously, Arsenal and Liverpool are still at it. So let's just cover this Everton-Nottingham Forest game because there's a lot of controversy around that.
Yeah, was it some 2 or 3 decisions they were
3,
happy with?
I think it was 3 penalty decisions, to be fair. Definitely 3 decisions that should have gone Nottingham Forest's way, and they've kicked up a fuss about it, which I agree all of the incidents that they're on about should be Nottingham Forest, should be given Nottingham Forest's way. But what they've done afterwards, I think, is an absolute disgrace. And obviously you hear Neville Carragher on about it, and they're in the same kind of light about it. But what I'll go back to is, why did Nottingham Forest feel the need? This has all come from Mark Clattenburg, right? Why did they feel the need to make a job all of a sudden, out of the blue, as a referee consultant for a club? Like, what the fuck is that on about?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
No, it wasn't. They made the job.
No, but I didn't even know that until this is all
Did you not?
come up. No.
Well, I'll get the actual job up, but they've hired him as a referee, and this is where it's come from, because there's no way Nottingham Forest will know them referees support Luton or support someone. Do you know that's what they were saying?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
he's got the inside scoop and he knows who they support, so he said it to him.
But to be honest, I'm on the opposite side of this to you. Then I think if a result has gone this heavily against you when you're in a relegation scrap like that, this could cost them their place in the Premier League and the amount of money that's worth.
Yeah.
And if they think they've got grounds to go against what they think is 3 game-changing decisions, with an inside scoop from somebody that they've employed to the club to give them that information, I think they've got every right to throw them under the bus. And to me, it's a bit short-sighted from the pundits that are disagreeing with Nottingham Forest's statement, when half the time they just sit and complain about VARs and the ability of the referees. But now that a club has stepped out and said something that could jeopardise their survival in the Premier League, now they're saying, "No, that's not good. You can't say that."
I think it was the way they've said it.
Carragher was saying that Liverpool should replay Tottenham earlier in the season.
He's
disagreeing with Forest. I think it's a bit short-sighted that both of these people have been on opposite sides of this. Sometimes it goes against you, sometimes it doesn't. And I think they've got every right to come out and make the statement.
The only thing that I spotted is we've got to be careful here, because Forest have done this and everything. I'm not saying this has been influenced by Forest doing it, but the Barcelona president, whatever he is, has come out and says, if Lamin's goal was legal, we do not rule out asking for a replay of the El Clasico, because they feel like the title got thrown away from them last night when Real Madrid won.
Yeah.
But we've got to be careful here, because I do get where you're saying that it's a lot of money, it could cost them the Premier League here. But if you have clubs that just keep constantly coming out and say, well, this is a bad decision, if we can prove this is a bad decision, we demand a replay. Every team will go into the referees and go, this is a bad decision, we demand a replay. We demand a replay. How many games are we going to be playing?
I don't think there should be a replay. I don't think that should ever even come into it. But I think there should be some financial compensation, or even if they don't go that far, they should be taking, do you know, a bit like with the Tottenham-Liverpool one, and Liverpool fans would probably say it means nothing to them because they still ended up losing points that day, was that they should come out and say, yeah, we fucked up there and we'll do better. And I think they're well within their rights to ask PGMOL or whatever they're called for some accountability.
Well, how many times did we always get that our Webb's a United fan? He might have been a United fan. But it never got asked for a replay or anything. Why is it all of a sudden coming out?
But I think something like that one there, where you've potentially got 3 incidents that you seem to, I mean, I've not seen them, but you agree they're probably right to argue they should have had them. 3 instances in one game is a bit extreme. So I would say maybe that's a case where you can.
Do you remember when Chelsea got knocked out by Barcelona in Champions League?
Yeah, but that was bullshit, wasn't it?
Robin. But did they ask for a replay?
No, but I think they probably
did,
should.
But they wouldn't have done.
Not necessarily a replay, but I think they're well within their rights to come out and say that this absolutely stinks.
Yeah, but I don't know if a club should do that. a club should keep it more
But
professional.
that to me
shouldn't it?
shows the intent. You know, you look at Forest, it's taken them however many years to get back in the Premier League. They're right down there now fighting for survival. And you have a stinky day. You know, what it looks like is a really poor day from the referee.
It is. But referees do have really poor days.
I know.
I'm not saying this isn't
I think
like...
that's too extreme.
I think it is extreme. And there might be a bit of corruptness, but isn't it up to the head of referee? It might be Howard Webb, I don't know who it is, but the head of refereeing now, isn't it up to them to put them in a position where you don't have a Luton fan that's managing refereeing that game?
Yeah, maybe so, and maybe that's because that they're saying that we mentioned that already. We said we weren't happy with that, and they've not changed that. Maybe that strengthens Nottingham's argument because they were aware that he was going to be in somewhat.
Is that what they've said? They've come out before the game and said that.
They've said that they'd been made aware, which I assume is from Clattenburg.
He's a little fucking.
So however he's been involved, I don't know how to judge that, but
that's what I mean. That appointment is all this mess has come from that appointment.
But is he not then unearthing something that could be genuinely corrupt refereeing?
Yeah.
So I don't know how to view that one right now, but. In terms of the isolated incident, if he has told the club that, which is what he's being paid to do if he's a consultant, and they've said, we're not happy about this, can you change it? And they've gone, no. And then that guy has had stinkers that looks like it's gone against them. I think they've got every right.
I completely agree with that bit. I mean, I can see it from both ends.
Yeah, and I do think the pundits are backtracking there, and that's because there's got to be some pressure on them pundits to say, listen, if you back this, that Forest have done, this is going to create an uproar. So we maybe there's I don't know, but maybe there's a narrative that they need to say, we need to make it clear that clubs shouldn't be doing this. But I mean, it's okay for them to say decisions are bad and VAR is not good enough and the refs are doing a bad job. But
the only thing I'm saying is
it seems too hypocritical from the pundits for me.
Yeah, it can open a can of worms though, because I'm like, because there must be like just a handful of refs, right? But
we clearly don't know many of them by name. We tried doing it once.
But the thing is, like, if you go, well, he's a Luton fan, we're not having him ref in our game. You get another ref, he's probably busy. Like, do you know what I mean? They've got other games to manage, but ref. And,
it is difficult. They shouldn't.
But then they
should have to put that to one side.
Well, we'll get this ref in. Yeah, but he's a fan of Brentford, and if we lose today, it'll help Brentford. It's like, how far do you go?
Yeah, no, it's difficult. I do understand that, but at the same time, in a perfect world, it shouldn't matter who they support. They should have to go out the day and do their job. But if that's where it's difficult for Clattenburg there, because he could have even got himself sacked here, because him coming out and saying that, then Forest saying he's told us this, he could have put himself in a position where he's hated by a lot of people now, like even people that he's supposed to be, ex-colleagues with.
Yeah.
Where he's saying, look at this can of worms you've opened now. Everybody's going off the fucking head.
Yeah.
But if that is the case, what's the point in Forest appointing him? Surely that's his job. So it's a tough one. I don't really know how...
No, I get, like, Clattenburg's probably just doing his job. He's just that guy in the middle that's going, well, did you know he's a Luton fan? Or did you know he's a Brentford fan? Or go and complain about them. Or, he's like the little background, like... If someone's getting battered, he's the guy that comes in and just kicks him in the head or something.
Yeah, he's shouting.
Yeah, he's like, oh, have that. Yeah, he's like that little, I don't like it.
I sort of stand by it a little bit. I think they're in the right to be begrudged. I mean, if the manager said it, no one would bat an eyelid. The fact the club have made a statement to me would just show that maybe, I don't know if the manager did say anything. Who was it? It's the... Nuno Santo, Espirito. I don't know how you say his name. Espirito Santo.
Yeah.
That was terrible. But maybe he said something at that point. Did the club say, actually, yeah, we stand by the manager, we don't agree? I don't really know. I didn't see the game.
It's happened before where Arteta came out and then it was up to the club to go, we stand by what he said, or we don't.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That might have even been this season.
It was. Remember, so you never know, like...
They can't really... They don't want it... They either should say nothing or say they stand by the manager. I think if they say nothing, it's kind of...
No matter what route they take, it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to be talking about it anyway, like we are, so...
But I think the most important thing, obviously, Forest have lodged a complaint and to PGMOL. They've just got to go out and try and win the remainder of their games, haven't they? I mean, that is first and foremost. But if not, I think they would be chasing for some sort of repercussions, whether it's somebody getting punished, whether it's finances recouped, God knows what, because you can't really tell at this point. Say they do go down, how much of an impact that's going to have. It takes time
Yeah.
to see that financial impact. Obviously, there's some losses they'll know straight away of, by not being in the Premier League, you don't get this.
Yeah.
But I bet some of the things that go on down the line, they might not be able to sell players. They might then have a bad season in the Championship. Players might leave.
Yeah.
It can be a real mess. So I can understand the frustration. Maybe they've gone about it the right way, the wrong way. I don't know.
Yeah.